Hello, hello, and welcome to this episode of the Diary of a Lawyer. And today, I want to briefly cover the issue around the toxic Indian cough syrup that led to the loss of lives of many of several children in the Gambia, and that syrup was since traced to having been manufactured in India, at least according to various multiple sources, including international organization. So, according to the media and various reports, the Gambia has hired a US law firm to explore legal action after a government-backed investigation found that contaminated medicines from India were responsible, were very likely to have caused the deaths of children. At least 70 children are reported to have lost their lives over the last several months. Most under 5 years old who died from acute kidney injury between June and October last year. Now, local doctors suspected the cough syrups to be imported from India as the likely culprit, according to reports by Reuters, and tests by the World Health Organization confirmed the presence of lethal toxins, sparking a global hunt for contaminated medicine. The Gambian Justice Minister Dauda Jallow told uh, the media that legal action was one option under consideration by the government, which was the first sign of potential international litigation over the losses of lives. Jallow did not say who would be the target of potential legal proceedings or, or name the law firm hired to help. The medicines were linked to the children's deaths and were made by the Indian drug maker Maiden Pharmaceuticals, which denied wrongdoing. Now, the tests by the World Health Organization, the WHO, found that Maiden cough syrups contained the lithotoxins diethylene glycol (DEG) brackets and ethylene glycol brackets (EG), which are used in car brake fluid. Let's just pause for a moment. So DEG and EG are used in car brake fluid, and these were found to be in the cough syrup given to children in the Gambia, uh, in Africa, West Africa. The Indian government has said its own tests on the drugs found no toxins. Now, the Indian Health Ministry and Maiden did not respond to requests for comment on Gambia's possible legal action, and WHO declined to comment. Indian officials have said that the WHO failed to prove a causal link to the Gambia deaths, accusing the agency of denigrating its 41 billion pharmaceutical industry. However, cough syrups made by a second Indian drug maker have been linked to the deaths of 19 children in Uzbekistan. India has since made drug testing mandatory for cough syrups before export. Gambia's Justice Ministry is considering its option after completion of a new government commission causality assessment by a panel of international experts, the minister said. Reports from the media have said they've seen a copy of the report, which was presented to the president, Adama Barrow, in April, but has not been made public. And in the report, experts say that they analyzed 56 of the cases of acute kidney injury. Of those, they found 22 were very likely to have died from DEG or EG poisoning after taking Maiden products. However, the panel could not confirm the cause of death in another 30 cases, but said it was highly suggestive, quote unquote, that they were killed by DEG or EG. It said that there was not enough evidence in 4 other cases. Doctors were also able to carry out autopsies on just two of the patients, and the pathology from both was consistent with DEG and EG, poisoning, a DEG and EG poisoning, according to report uh, seen by the media. And of all the medicines tested after the deaths, only maidens were shown to be toxic, it said. Now, DEG and EG, the substances allegedly found in the cough syrup, can be used by unscrupulous actors as a cheap substitute for propylene glycol, a key ingredient in syrup medicine, according to several pharmaceutical manufacturing experts. Reuters could not determine if Indian authorities had seen the cause of the report, and this is just the latest piece of a months of long investigation into the deaths, which raised concerns among global health officials about regulation in lax drugs, India's sector, and oversight of pharmaceutical raw materials worldwide. Now, many of the countries India supplies, including Gambia, have no means of testing imported drugs. The WHO has said it is continuing to investigate the source of contaminated cough syrups in Gambia. Uzbekistan and several other countries have been frustrated by a lack of information regarding maidens' drugs, and a key middleman in the supply chain of those medicines is still unknown, according to media reports. Now, Gambia's Minister Dauda said the causality assessment and the Justice Ministry's recommendations would be made public within 6 months. Gambia is also planning to build a testing facility for imported drugs with support from the World Bank, according to media reports. The reporting of the purported apparent legal action that will be taken or appears to have been instigated or about to be instigated by the Gambian government was widely reported by the media, and is a matter of public records. Now, the key points there. First of all, how come there are contradictions between the tests done by WHO and other doctors to have found the lethal substances, and yet, according to the reports, the Indian government says that their own tests did not confirm the presence of lethal toxins. That's number one. Number two, how come that at least the recipient governments do not have tests for the medicine that they're buying and providing to the population, especially children? And if it is arguable that they don't have the resources to do so, why isn't there an African Union facility or agency, health agency, that conducts such tests? And the last question is, if in fact the reports are true, is India still supplying those medicine or other medicine to other countries, and are they safe? I mean, those are questions that clearly remain unanswered, and will be occupying the conscience and the minds of millions and millions of people around the world, especially those who were victims of this lethal cough syrup, which apparently has DEG and EG, substances that are allegedly or purportedly used in brake fluids. A very, 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 very disturbing development. But there we shall leave it on this episode of the Diary of a Lawyer in such a somber mood. But I think it is really, really important that the African Union and Africa and other countries stand up and develop mechanisms and systems and institutions to conduct these kinds of due diligence mechanisms um, in their own interests, because other people, as history has shown, are probably not going to put their interests first other than their own interests, including profits. And so there we shall leave it on this episode of the Diary of a Lawyer, and we shall speak again. But the key point here is that Gambia has hired a US law firm to consider action on toxic Indian cough syrup. Thank you for listening, and we shall speak again. Bye.